Hello, hello, my little imps! We are back again with Dragon Warrior Monsters! Material family only this time! That's right, we have rock-steady monsters, sturdy defenses, resistances to fire or ice! But we have a lot of weakness to statuses, like Panic Dance. Not again. Anywho, for the rules of this challenge, it's very simple. Rule number 1, we can only use material monsters in battles. Rule number 2, we can only make material monsters from breeding. Anything else made is null and void. Rule number 3, when meeting monster masters, all I can take from them for monsters is material monsters. If I take too much, it'll be too hard. So, let's see how I do, and how much pain I am from statuses. Oh boy. A wonderful night. But a night that requires a bathroom break. And between my bathroom break, I am interrupted by a person named Wataboo. Well, not a person, more like a little fuzzy plum, eh? Little guy, little fae. Anywho, he tells me I can go on an isekai adventure. They need a builder, so follow him, and I'm like, I can't say no to an isekai, how could I? It's what I've been dreaming to. Hope they have a bathroom there. Well, I'm brought into this eerie place. Vines and growing everywhere. See why they need a builder. And a wizard man. Hello there, wizard man. Tells me I'm in the kingdom of the great tree, brought here by Wataboo. And I need to pay my respects to the king and the kingdom there is. Funny name to have a great tea kingdom. What the hell is named? Oh. It was named because it's literally in a large tree. That will complicate building here. How do I build in a great tree? Do I just, like, carve out a giant hole and just put slabs of stone for walls? Honestly, that could work. It seems they've done it since there's, like, a whole castle and stone walls in this part. Well, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Anywho, I walk before the king, happily identifying myself as Bob. Bob the Constructor, Bob the Architect, Bob the Great, Bob the Builder. Anywho, I'm told I'm gonna need to go far and wide, travel between world and world, go between universes to find the material I need to create the great arena, create the great kingdom for the Starry Night Festival, then win it for the greatest prize of all. What this prize is, I just tuned out here. All I heard was I can play with building blocks. So I go to the Pulio, to the farm and grab myself, unfortunately, a slime. Yep, man still only has slip there. But hey, at least the slime will make some good wood glue. But with that, we quickly go into the Traveler's Gate. Oh boy, I do love this part. Simple enough. Get your slime to level 6, beat down Hail the Healer, throw him on the farm, and head ourselves into the G-Class tournament. And oh boy, they have no railings here. Not a single safety. Oh boy, all the violations here. Man's alive, but oh boy. And back in the G-Class, we defeat all 3 tournaments, easy enough at level 6. And win ourselves the ability to go to the Talisman Gate. Huzzah! How great! But before that, we must go before the king again. Oh boy, why can't I just have my time? Yes, I've been able to beat that. Hello there. This is the king of the Great Log. Saying I'm a cute little kid, but he's got a better constructor, a better builder. I'm like, fuck you just say? I'm the best around! How dare you! Oh boy. Well, the king urges me to go and find myself great materials to start building great memorials, and I shall. On level 3 to 5 of the Talisman Gate is where my prey lies, where my first ally will leave. Slip doesn't count. Well, finally! We have some good old boys. Or girls. Hands. Well, anywho, we have the Goopy. These sludge-like hands made of mud and clay have just sprouted up and are fantastic. The material family. They may not be the strongest, they may not be the greatest, but boy, are they going to be mine. And by that I mean I'm going to feed them beef jerky until they decide to join me. I don't know how they eat it, though. Do they just kind of grab it and pull it down? Do they just crunch it in their hands? How do they eat? Well, that doesn't matter too much. All we know is now we have a goopy friend joining our team. I think I'll call her Clay. Why? Well, I can't really use mud. That sounds insulting. And I really can't say Adobe because that's, again, mud, but it sounds better. But it's 5 letters, and I'm restricted to 4 letters. But after being greedy and grabbing an herb, I use a warp wing, get out, and finally we're on our material-only run. Look at that! So beautiful. Ah, the greatness. Oh, the fantasticness. Oh, the... Hey, another Goopy. Hey, Goopy friend, do you want to join me? Please, I've given you pork chops, I've given you ribs. Please join me. Please. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. The RNG in this game is horrible. You see, they have a percentage of joining you. Giving them meat gives them a better chance of joining you. But unfortunately, when you already have a, say, a Goopy, the chances of getting a new Goopy goes lower than before. And boy, was the odds against me, even after ribs and pork chops. Who could resist that? Also, clay is unfortunately rather soft. Materials are known for their defensive states and all, but very soft when you're literally made of mud. But getting to the end of the talisman gate is great. I see this little fellow, and he walks up to the guy. He looks like, oh, look at him get bunted. But anywho, I walk up to this nice stone fellow, try to get him to join me, or go to the village to buy some material, and then here we go. Level 10 versus the Golem, the protector of the village, the greatest silent, and all we can do is really slap hard and heal with herbs. If you wanted me to not use items, well, I'd need to get to a higher level, and that will take forever. That or get lucky and actually get more, you know, goopies. Because that's kind of all I got at the moment. I either got more goopies by luck, or just slap hard and heal. Slap hard enough, and the Golem decides to join my party, naming him Brick. Because he's a brick house. Well, unfortunately, I find the village is actually an illusion of the Golem. Why he would be bothered to, you know, just guard an invisible city all the time, I do not know. But sadly, that means I can't buy cement or anything. But that leads us to the villager gate to fight the dragon. Yeah, fire air does decent damage. Compared to our life, pretty decent, but nothing a few herbs and a couple of smacks to the dragon's face will take care of. So, yeet to the farm, I find myself into the market square, seeing a great person there. Well, they asked me to see if I could fix the barbecue. I'm not much of a fixer, more of a creator. And I accidentally seem to have created a portal. Well, the barbecue gate it is, I guess. Let's see what happens here. Sadly, there's no material family here. Oh, a warrior with arc demon, a grizzly, and a fire. I got eyeweed. Amberweed, my bad. I always get that name mixed up. Well, unfortunately, grizzlies are not to be messed with, especially right now. Sure, Clay has a great defensive, but we are outnumbered and rather outpowered, so death number 2. Very unfortunate. But hey, that at least leads us to the F-Class tournament, with round 1 of 3 spot slimes. And right now, all our ability is to attack, and Brick's attack is to attack harder with yelling. So we kind of just, smack him down. You do have to watch out, though. The spot slimes do have sleep attack, or is it poison? And the ability to call for allies, which hurts. But I know our Mirage for 100% knows how to sleep, and the dolls know how to dance. I don't know what one dance is, but I know the odd dance steals our MP. But they go down fairly easily. We do lose a little health, but here's the problem in round 3. You see the Skullroo right there. The Skullroo is the greatest problem that we have. You see, the Skullroo knows Pana Dance. And as you know, oh boy, I am just unlucky. We get a little confused here. Clay gets very confused, and well, Brick gets a bit confused. And it is horrible. But luckily enough, Brick is literally so tanky, these enemies can't do much. And with the Skullroo out first, we just kinda beat them down. Slowly. But we do beat them down. Very slowly, though. Oof. I really could use another teammate. But we're not up for those at any time soon. Unless we find, you know, a master to get one. So I either have to get lucky with the Goopy or not. Oh, look! A priest! And we're going to die because that Shadow knew sleep and he just kept putting us to sleep and beating us down. I hate being so so weak to statuses. But hey, at least we're at the memory gate with the Mad Cat here. And again, we are heavily defensive. We have a lot of HP and we take fairly little damage to physical attacks. And really, okay, Clay takes a decent chunk, but that's what we have herbs for. And here comes the Face Tree! The Face Tree is a little bit harder because it knows to curse. And if it curses us, our life gets a little bit more annoying. Because curse can inflict poison, like just damage, can inflict just MP drain, and it can just cause you to be confused randomly. Or just to stumble, or to scream and do nothing. Really, curse is just random as fuck. But hey, we take the Face Tree down fairly no problem, and that leaves us with the Mad Knight. I really shouldn't be here. Yes, I'm at level 14 and 17. Those are high numbers, but A, we only have 2 characters, and B, the Mad Knight knows Massacre. Sure, Massacre causes the Mad Knight to attack himself, but we're also not really attacking much. And there goes Clay. Yeah, I don't see how this is gonna go well for us. We're just a big brick house. And Mad Knight hit him again. Mad Knight hits himself again, and, well, we win. Yeah, that is completely just by luck. Absolutely. But hey, a little luck is always good for us. Well, into the E-Class we go! First round, a Crespint, a Tree Slime, and Poison Gun. Oh boy, all the status effects. Poison from the Poison Gun and Crespint, and usually sleep from the Tree Slime. But I learned something! The Tree Slime can paralyze, and unlike other status effects, paralyze will actually cause you to lose if everyone's paralyzed. It doesn't go away by itself. You just, oof. So, that's loss number 4. Fantastic. But hey, another priest. And this time, it came with an Iceman. Look at that beautiful hand. Look at those eyes. Look at that pork chop. How do you eat? Again, do you have a mouth there? At least you have eyeballs. You can at least open your mouth and just absolutely eat something, but I'm just confused by that. Nonetheless, this beautiful girl just decides to join our crew, and I'm actually happy about it. Took me a little while, but I decided on the name Igloo. I know, it needs 2 O's to be the full-on Igloo, but what? She's ice. We made an igloo house. It's great! But back to round 1 of the E-Class tournament. We go up against our rivals. I'm a little scared of that Tree Slime, but at 18, 20, and that, whatever the igloo was at, it'll be fine, right? Yeah. Surprisingly enough, this causes the Tree Slime to actually go with Sleep Air. And surprisingly enough, we actually resisted it mostly. I'm more surprised by that. Not with a good critical hit on the Crespin and the starting to beat down the Tree Slime. And the fact that Igloo finally gives us a AoE attack, make it through that fight, leaving us to the Fairy Drake, the Dragon, and the Drake Slime. And boy, does the Fairy Drake Sleep Air just annoy the crap out of me. Oh boy, I'm telling you, that Fairy Drake is annoying. Mostly because we keep getting put to sleep. But luckily enough, we do take it out fairly soon after at least a little bit. Oh boy, I'm glad I resist Fire Air at least a bit. But if Ice Air took out the Fairy Drake, Brick takes out that. I'm a little worried, but I shouldn't be. Two-thirds of my team resist Ice Air, so that really doesn't matter. And the other two just hit, so again, it doesn't matter too much. Sure, we're gonna lose Igloo here, but hey, that's an egg I'm willing to crack as we take the armor beat down. Nothing worried about, leading ourselves to a victory of the E-Class title. Well, in the back of the arena, I find this strange old Goopy, and it's great! We play a little Rochambeau. Go rock, scissors. Unfortunately, I require a rematch. But hey, that's fine, I can do that. So you go rock, rock, scissors, paper, and back to scissors. Bada bingo, bada bango. With that, we win our prize of creating a file of stairs that leads up to this guy here, who allows us to breed with his lizard man. I always suggest breeding with this guy. You wanna know why? That lizard man knows heal. At the very least, it knows heal. So if you're going to go for a line that doesn't know heal, that's a good way of getting heal on anyone. And boy, putting Clay with that Dragon Knight, Lizard Knight was great. Absolute win. It created us the Evil Wand. Oh, such a beautiful Evil Wand. I'll call her Screwdriver. Drive for short. Look, it's just... it looks like a screwdriver. I couldn't work with much here. Not gonna call it a thing. It's like a splinter. What I was gonna do. Anywho, that leads us to the Peace Gate with the Fang Slime. He's fairly annoying with his war cry, but... it may paralyze us for a moment, but other than that, all he does is call for help, which does slightly hurt, especially with how many times it can hit. But we also can just beat him down. Because I do love our 3 versus 1 fights. And also the Fang Slime is fairly unlucky. Or I'm just very lucky. Both can happen. Well, throwing the Fang Slime onto the farm, we rake it to the Big Eyes Temple. A man jumps in front of him, looking for the ultimate power of destruction. Sadly, the Big Eye didn't know, but I do like to say, hey, this place looks nice. But the Big Eye engages into a fight. Well, we're at 19, 16, and 16, and well, again, like I said before, we're 2/3 immune to just ice attacks. And all the Big Eye likes to do is use ice attacks and heal. I don't think he actually used a regular attack in this whole thing. And since Driver knows heal more at this moment, we're perfectly fine. Nothing bad happens. We can just go in that and get call help. And, well, welcome to the Well Gate of Gigantes. This large clobbering person hits really hard, using Evil Slash and just hard-hitting moves. Oh boy, luckily enough we can dodge a few. And again, we do have heal also. Fairly easily, so... Bada bingo, bada bango, the giant falls to my power. I built a jail around him and made him fall. Well, going to this well-built pub. Ooh, that is well-crafted wooden walls, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, right. Well, we breed brick with a catfly by this man here in the bar. Fantastic times. And for this unholy union of fur and stone, we get ourselves a mad candle. Give it a second. There they are. Such a beautiful waxy boy. By that I mean I'm gonna name them Wax. A fantastic tool. It will craft such fantastic sculptures, even if fleeting. And ho! We found another priest. And ho! We found a lava man. But sadly, even with the power of a sirloin piece of meat, the lava man refuses to yield to my wants right now. So, we go to this D-Class tournament. Oh boy. Well, the first one is Sakar, a Florajay, and a Mad Plant. Buffers extraordinaire. Mad Plant's ability to heal. Them able to speed up their ability to attack, and the Sakar, I still don't know. But nonetheless, Driver and Igloo both have fantastic ice AoE, able to sweep them away. Same with tournament number 2. 2 Medusa Eyes and a Mad Gopher in between. I really don't know what they do. I rarely ever see them to get to do things. Well, for the third round, there's 2 Mad Cats and a Rogue Knight. Really, it's just a matter of fact of the Mad Cats usually attack fast and sweep your feet, while the Rogue Knight tries to hit you really hard with an Evil Slash. Doesn't work too often. But with that, we do defeat the D-Class tournament, making us be summoned by the King for an emergency. I go before the King, wondering what's happening. He asks me, Bob, to go into the 8 of anger to stop the monsters from destroying the kingdom, stopping me from needing to do so much more repairs. Knowing what I need to do, I go to this guy named Mick, breed with his Dead Knight. Well, I breed Wax with his Dead Knight. That'd be weird. But yes, Wax and Dead Knight join themselves in the night to create an absolute beauty. I do love the breeding. You just place 2 monsters up there and they just flee off before anything. Like, seriously, you create a new life and that. Oh, right, I also breed Igloo and Pash. Well, the child of Wax and a Dead Knight is this beautiful Rogue Knight. Metal and steel, iron and clad. We call this girl Iron and move on. And with our Lava Iceman and Pash the Mad Knight, we make a Balzac. What a Balzac is, I'm not entirely sure. How they count as material, I don't know. But I call her Wrench. Well, rank, but nonetheless, yeah. But seriously, I guess we just made it a homunculus dragon man with a big boomstick. Well, dragon girl. Anywho, into the anger gate I go. Still surprised. Well, first off, normally I construct and build, but those eggs kinda gotta go, because A, they're delicious experience, and B, they're fantastic. So I go up to the Rex, telling her to stop her ways. But before I can, this masked man came again, searching more for the power of destruction. Though he shows off his powers of destruction by reaching the eggs I couldn't. A little jealous, look at all that experience could be. Well, unfortunately the Rex was not happy about having all her eggs scrambled. So a fight ensues. And boy, it's not too bad. We did unfortunately get poisoned beforehand, so it makes it a little bit more tough. I really needed the cover antidote, seriously, I have never been so poisoned so easily before. Materials are incredibly weak, or just feel so much weaker to status effects. But Iron, Rogue Knight naturally learned heal. Driver learned heal all from her Lizard Knight daddy. So, we have a fairly easy time of just healing all up and shrugging off those fire attacks, while delivering a nice ice attack in return. And, oh, Driver was able to call for some allies and beat down the Battle Rex. Beautiful. But upon my return, the king gently says, "Great days." But this old man goes in, saying this place is withered, is horrible looking, shoddy constructions, and calls me a jester for it. How dare you! Seriously, I've been working hard. Do you know what those walls are made of? Those are premium golem bricks. You will need to take a sledgehammer and a half to break them. That's why it took like an army of dragons to even make a dent in this place. Well, nonetheless, after defeating the Battle Rex, it seems the plant tree has started to grow, leaving more places to carve into. Fantastic. Well, after creating a nice little nook down here and moving a goopy in, I play another round of Rochambeau with rock, scissors, paper, and scissors again. Well, actually it's rock. Ha! Gotcha. But nonetheless, I was told that I'd have a nice old ice surprise. And it's just a gate after they move the statue, making my symmetry off. I'm angry. I will take that anger out on the Digster. Seriously, Digster's not too hard. Yes, Digster hits hard enough to penetrate our one only thing we got, defense. But we have plenty of healing abilities, and we hit hard enough to get past the Digster's defense, so Digster goes down easily. Next comes up with the Copycat at the gate at the farm. And oh boy, this fight was easy. It mostly did a counterattack that just returns whatever it gave. And then when it finally used Transform, it just became Screwdriver and got beaten down by allies. It was kind of sad. But that leads me to the Gate of strength. And oh boy, this place was pretty nice. Wasn't bad at all. Nice gothic look, a cool plot, a mimic in the corner I would love to deal with, but this weird statue moved in my way. And it just is a stone man. Well, at level 25, 22, and 22, and Driver just getting a gangbang of allies to beat you down with wrenches, shovels, and oh boy, that is a construction worker beatdown right there. Well, we beat the stone man pretty easily. All it really can do is attack, and well, we're too defensive for that. Rather sad, right? Well, that brings us to the C-Class tournament. And oh boy, this is gonna be fairly easily. In round 1, we have 2 spiky boys and a stub bird. And well, I'm gonna tell you a funny thing. Our wrench here learns Zap. Sure, the spiky boys try to jump in the air usually, but with the ice airs and Zap, it does nothing. And everything falls to zippity-doo-dah. Round 2 is 2 healers and a rogue knight. They try to heal, rogue knight tries to hit hard. Simple strategy. But I'm gonna admit, the rogue knight, when it hits that evil slash, boy does it hit hard. With one of our people down, we go into roll number 3. And round number 3 is not that hard. We have Boom on our side, dealing fairly massive damage. And we have Zap again to hit him when the rock slime jumps in the air, so again, does nothing. Sure, the box slide knows Blazemore hurts pretty decently, but Iron knows to heal, so if we needed healing, we would have been fine. And with that, we are done and winners of this tournament. Well, meeting up with Tito here in the cafeteria of the arena, I decide to breed my driver with his idea. A little bug monster. Well, those two come together and create ourselves a little spiky boy. I do love him. I mean, he's round, he's green, looks fairly squishy. That's why I call him plastic. Yeah, I'm not gonna call him rubber, because, oh boy, that would be a little weird. And also, I don't think rub would be good with the RUVB. Anywho, let's go to the Wisdom Gate versus the Sky Dragon. And unfortunately, with the Scorching attack, this one actually hurts quite a decently bit. But, we're perfectly fine overall. Like I said, Plastic knows heal from Driver, Iron knows heal from being a Rogue Knight, so we got 2 healers and that. So all we gotta do is heal up, attack when we can, and bada bingo, bada bango. We have done well. Sure, Plastic has fallen during this fight, but nothing little critical hit right there will fix. And here comes the Funky Bird fight. Yes, we're level 26, 26, and 23, but, oh, I'm waiting for all the confusion, all the pain. Not again. And the Funky Bird attacks. Huh. Well, I guess I can sneak in a Twins hit here so we can hit harder. That might have been bad with the confusion, and it only attacks again. Huh. Where's the Panic Dance, Funky Bird? When are you gonna use it, huh? When are you gonna use it, Bird? Don't actually just say you're going to attack because why? Oh, there it is, and it only got 1 confusion. That was the weirdest fight ever. I was expecting going into this, got completely confused. Barely got confused at all. Well, with that, we go into the B-Class tournament. Round 1, 3 hammerheads that like to kamikaze themselves. And honestly, we kind of destroy them all. Sure, we now got one on the right, but the kamikaze either misses or does pitiful damage to our iron hides, our material defenses, our absolute chopper HP. And that leads us into round 2. AG Devil, Windy Merge, and a Tree Boy. And once again, just with a bit of AoE we gained from that, with ice storms and stuff, it's been fairly easy enough. Why Wrench isn't using just Zap or Bang, I don't know. But that leads us to the round 3. 2 army crabs and a mad dragon. And oh boy, like I said, easy enough. Take that down with superior AoE and a slap to the face. Oh boy. Sometimes it gets a little too easy. But hey! Ooh, a lava man. I still want one. We have plenty of sirloins. I think this has been the only time I've carried so much meat on me. But my greed really did get the best of me. Since the lava man himself there summoned Samusy, which is a great force that hurts really badly and hits really fast, which I did not account for. So I wanted to get another sirloin in, but we got knocked out for death number 5. Rather sad. But hey, in the Temptations Gate, nothing is much. Well, we're facing Servant and his 2 cronies, the Centaur and the Evil Armor. Those 2 are easily taken down, but the Servant is a little painful because we have no immunities to his Blizzard. But mostly he does hit us with the Blaze Most. And I'm gonna say, him being able to just attack with Blaze Most twice in a row, you think, why not just do it 2 turns? Because that gives it time to heal. If you just do it 2 in 1 turn, you can kill like that with Wrench. But we still take the Servant down fairly easily, and we move to the S-Class tournament. Why? Because I got incredibly cocky. Deceivingly destroying. I was like, oh yeah, that was like the easiest Servant fight ever. We can take this on. Well, with the S-Class first round is 2 dancing veggies and a voodoo doll. Gotta watch out for those dancing veggies, though. They fall down here easily, but they know the move KO Dance. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. An insta-kill. Well, round 2 is a Slime, Draki, and an Army Ant. And they all fall down pretty easily to the AoE of Thordins and Scorching and White Airs. But our problem comes here with this group. This 3rd round is painful. The fact that the Medables Bang hits us so hard is horrible. The fact that the Metal Drake's Massacre hitting us is horrible. The only one that is not a threat for once is the Robostar, because we are heavily defensed. Oh boy. Well, that's loss number 6. So we'll go to the A-Class tournament instead. I was like, if I can make it that far in the S-Class, I can make it in the A-Class, right? And, honestly, I was right. Because first round is just those 3 there, and, well, they fall like a sack of bricks before I could know anything. Now, the threat here with the Grizzlies, still pretty threatening, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that they still do 30 damage to us, if not a little bit more, painful. The Lionex knowing Infermost, and hitting us fairly hard AoE style, still painful. But we take the Grizzlies out pretty easily, and we do pretty good damage to the Lionex. And along the way, Class has learned Vivify. When? I'm not sure. How? Still fairly unsure. I think the Ideer actually knew Vivify. I have to add that to my list of things to always breed with. Nonetheless, I accidentally tried to revive but kill, so I go into full-on attack mode because these 3 are attacked and shiver based. So we just hit with 2 White Airs, instantly killing the Sleek Toadstools, and we just take out that Lipsy right afterwards, winning us the A-Class tournament. Huzzah, huzzah! And so, we breed Plas with an Eddie, that Digster we had from earlier, to create a stone man of our own. An absolute beast. A great marble statue, I say. Beautiful. I may not think of myself an artist, but boy am I happy. Speaking of happiness, we're right at the Happiness Gate versus Jamiris. Jamiris' threat was usually the fact that it had quad hit and could hit really hard, but, well, as you can probably guess, doesn't hit much. Sure, it still has Blaze Most, which hits our material people really hard, but we kill fairly easily with twin hits and just Devil Cut. Well, you think I'm breeding Wrench here with Marble? No, it was Pete, a stone man I was able to get from the bar in the arena. And then I breed our beautiful Iron with a Yeti of Tito's, the same person we bred with an Ideer. Well, we make a Belzac and +4, making him easier to level up, and stronger too. And no, heal us all. His name will be Hammer. And for our beautiful Iron's child, it was a Mad Candle. I'm not gonna lie, I was aiming for an Iceman. I was hoping, you know what? Yetis are made from Iceman. Maybe I'll get it. I did not. Anywho, we made it to the Labyrinth Gate. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Dark Horn does nothing. Sure, it does 33 damage, but that's only 33 damage to our large health pools and fairly good defense. Not at all. We have too much healing at this point. Well, that leaves us to the Gate of Judgment, with Akubar here. Akubar knows Exploded. Akubar knows how to focus and Exploded. You'd imagine this would be very dangerous, but luckily enough, I've left Slow All on Torch, which allows us to actually slow Torch down and get over, slow Akubar down and get over a 1 weakness, being incredibly slow. So with the heal us from Hammer, the heal alls from Torch and Marble every once in a while, mostly Torch because we ran out of that, and maybe the occasional Whirl Dew if I remember correctly. Kinda got through this fight fairly easier than usual. I'm more surprised. Even could've learned High Jump. No. Well, we go back to the S-Class and lose. And, oh... we try again? Slightly higher levels? Still lost. So, I think, what can get us around that? So I breed our little Torch there, with a Fang Slime for the Metal Man, himself by the Queen's quarters, to make a jewel bag, naming her Sack. I gotta keep a sack for tools, or woods, or screws. Well, we get into another fight with round 3, and we lose again. So I come in stronger, level 33, 34, and level 28. This time we will win. This time it will be great. I have all the determination. Everything to go for us. Our power will be unmatched. And that Exploded still hurts, goddammit, and we can't do much to the goddamn Metal Babble. Because it is immune to almost every spell and a thing, but hey, sometimes you just get lucky, just like that. Have the Metal Drake take down the slime. When the Metal Man's like, oh luck. No, your ability to fight is skill. No, it's pretty much luck. We took that down by pure luck by being able to take down the Metal Battle by Metal Drake. Well, with that lucky ability, we made it past the X-Class and only have 9 deaths so far. Well, the King of the Great Log came back, saying, "Ha! Your little carpenter here. He could barely screw in a board. You think he's worthy enough of making the Starry Night tournament for you?" Ha ha ha! Be going now. And with that, the king is more angry than I am, which is surprising, because I was just insulted! Anywho, the king tells me to go to the Reflection Gate, to see into the future of more amazing designs. With that, I was able to find an Iceman from occasional wandering tournament, like before. And oh boy, now we have another Iceman of our own, who we will call Cube. I could have called him Ice, but I think that'd be a little too on the nose. So, with Cube in hand, we go into the Reflection Gate to fight Duran. That's right, Duran is the leader of the Destroyers, leader of the Destructions. He sends out 2 servants to try to destroy me. But Hammer knows a good old attack, able to AoE them really hard. And again, we're 2/3 immune to ice, so the one that uses Blizzard does nearly nothing. While we do take quite a bit of damage overall, it's nothing we can't heal off with our heal-alls and heal us. Duran is impressed by how we were able to take down the servants, bringing out his second-in-command, Destroyer Ralph. That's right. That man from before, the Destroyer looking for the greatest power of them all, was Ralph here. Wrecker Ralph, if you could say. But nonetheless, usually this fight's decently hard. But, again, we have the tools for it. We're able to slow Ralph down. We're able to tank the hits mostly overall. And we have heal all. So with Ralph going last, being able to heal us all the time, it's quite an easy fight overall, which was actually surprising. Sure, we received probably the most damage we've ever received from physical attacks. Like, that is a good amount of damage. I mean, 72, 68. I mean, Marvel over here just shrugging him off like, you think the blade can pierce my stony hide? You think not? Ha ha! Bring it, mortal. But nonetheless, after quite a bit of beatdowns and healing from our boys, we defeat Ralph, send him packing to the back of the road, and have Duran fight him herself. That's right, Duran hasn't had this much thrill. It's a pity, he says, it's such a pity that I'm a builder instead of a destroyer. And then he comes at me with full force. Well, I decide, I'm gonna heal a little bit with a World Dew. I mean, I've been through 2 whole fights. It's only fair. And again, it's another surprising thing. Also, I learned, Duran is immune to slowdown. I did not know that. So, by force, I command Cube to heal us up. Use another generous dose of World Dewiness, since I don't want to die. Duran goes first for always, and I can't just, like, change that, so... I'm gonna change it. I'm just gonna use World Dews. So, with the helping generous of World Dews and just beatdowns and hugging... Hammer, why did you hug him? You know what? It doesn't matter. He needed the hug, apparently. Cube does, unfortunately, falls in battle. But hey! We take Duran down, we get quite a bit of levels up, we learn the ability Farewell, which we are not using ever. And, hey, look at that! With Duran fallen, his ability shaken, he flees in terror. Ralph there, surprised, amazed, absolutely respectful of my ability to destroy and create. And boy do I create absolute garbage. Because I don't know why you're watching this, but hey, I at least did create it. So give me a like, a subscribe, and maybe a comment for all my hard work. Not much, but it was some. Anyway, without that chilling out of the way, we return back to the Kingdom of the Great Tree. Fantastically, just in time for the Starry Night dinner to go. I work all night, creating the stage, making out the most beautiful marbles, crafting the most greatest statues within there of Wadabu, making beautiful, great golems to just watch us. It's beautiful. Even the king is amazed by the beauty of it all. And so we go to the stage of the Starry Night, ready to fight with our materials in hand. And round 1, oh boy, versus the big trunk. You have to fight a Centaur, an Orochi, and a Sword God. But, again, we are far more powerful. Our AoE is far surpassed. The Scorching does do a little bit of damage to us, but only not that much. With a good white air there, bada bingo, bada bango. Round 1 there's done. Then we go into round 2. Andro, Unicorn of Healing, and Mad Dragon of Massacres. And boy, did the Mad Dragon massacre himself like always. God, I love it. Massacre is such a good and horrible attack at the same time. Damage a lot, kills himself most of the time though. But boy, when it works, it hits me hard. And that leaves us to round 3. The champion of the Great Log. The horrors of horrors. The three-eyed masked person. The absolute beast that was said to be a better carpenter, better builder, and better constructor than I? It's his milieu. I don't know who this person is, really. But, nonetheless, they seem to be talking to me a lot. I wonder if I should have hurled this person's body or not. Oh well, doesn't really matter. Well, with milieu out of the way, and just absolutely yapping my ears off, we finally begin the fight. A Metal King, a Kotal, and a Rainhawk. I start off cautiously, because, again, we've learned one thing. They use a lot of big attacks. They use Zap, they use Exploded, which is I'm fairly weak to, and the Rainhawk always opens up with a Mega Magic that hits really hard, unfortunately, taking Cube out. But luckily, Marble was able to use an absolute revive on Cube, bringing him back. But we do fall fairly easily. Well, Marble does at least, which is unfortunate. With our mixture of cautious and mixed, I'm able to heal us all, so keep Cube alive and hopefully allow Cube to actually use Slow to do something. But it really doesn't work out, leaving us only with a Hammer. And boy, I have to swap between cautious and just laugh hard. And does this take a while? Because we have like 400 health. They take a while to chunk through our health, but we also take a while to chunk through their health. Not gonna lie, I wonder if I should have done something about this. Well, too late now. Too late now. But really, it just takes forever. We only do 1 damage to the Metal King, or Thornton does nothing at all to the Metal King, and we just slowly beat down the Rainhawk now. The one problem of actually having this is the fact that I can't control them. I can't say who to attack in tournaments. I can't do much. It's just all hoping Hammer has at least 2 extra brain cells to attack the right person and do what I need him to do. And oh boy, have we done some damage to the Metal King at least. I mean, look at that. 1 whole damage. And a hug. Ain't that great? And a miss. And we finally die. Oh, I can tell you, that took way too long. Well, with that loss, I think we need an upgrade. With Cube and a Lava Man in hand, fusing and molding them together, I make a golden golem. That's right. The Golden Lad. The man of legends. The beast of security. Look at him. So beautiful. So great. As I tell my team of how greatly they've sculptured, we make it back to the 3rd round. Milieu, surprised since we kinda lost the tournament. But I said we had rematch clause on, so, you know, rematch clause. Only I'm allowed to win, okay? It's fair game. It really is. I love rematch clause. Well, at least fair enough. We do a lot better because A, Gold has a lot more HP and is able to do stuff. Oof, that really does hurt though. But Gold is able to heal. Marble uses Firebolt. I was hoping they were gonna heal, but you know, didn't work out. But at least Hammer was able to heal us all. So we're good, fairly good. I mean, we got 2 people that's better than last time. And Gold has Metal Cut, with just 2 whole damage. Ain't that so much better than the 1 damage we were doing before? And then Hammer just comes out with a Battle Cry and instantly takes out the Metal King. That is the largest piece of luck I've ever seen. And I'll take it! Look, sometimes when you're building, you just need things to slide just into place, just like Tetris. Most of the time, it's on purpose. Some of the times, I just drop a penny and it fits right between the crack of 2 logs and it just holds them in place for some reason. Well, with that, we've defeated Milieu, and, I prayed my glorious, them clapping for me, them understanding my great carpentry, and with the loser Milieu being dragged off, they rose into the Starry Night Festival. Absolute great honor for me. After I created so much, made so many rooms, and made such a great entrance. The king is so impressed, he asked me to stay. He asked me to be here. He asked me to watch the stars as well. Not gonna lie, they're pretty. Pretty good. I wonder if we can make something out of meteor. Be a table. I'm a little hungry now. Nothing on the table, maybe some meat? I did get interrupted last time. Anywho, as the stars fall, the night shines. Beautiful day. Then another time defeating dragon warrior monsters. Only using material type monsters. Pretty good. Well, with one last plea, the king asked me to stay, be the official constructor of buildings within this realm. I tell him no. I'm sorry, I'm not Mario. I don't get Isekai and stay there just to do a humdrum job. I got places to go, things to do, bathrooms to piss in. Seriously, I haven't found a single bathroom here. I'm not pissing on the roofs of this place like everyone else done. But with that, it's over. We're done. We've beaten the game. We created stuff, and I'm honestly surprised by how much we were able to create. Not as much as I like, but the fact that we were able to get to Stone Man, I like that. The fact that we were able to actually get to the Gold Golem was also nice. And it was the fact that I also carried as much meat as me as possible most of the time. Most of the times, I didn't carry those, even if I was going after Wandering Masters. They rarely had things on them. This round, though, they were like, "Hello there! Do you want this Ice Man? Do you want this Lava Man? Oh yes, you do. Take it. You know you do. You'll never recruit them from me." But I did, and it was great. And, again, early game, pain in the butt. The fact that we only had one monster choice until at least the third set of gates, absolute pain. After that, you could find a coil bird. But luckily enough for me, I found an Iceman. An Iceman, just better. Sadly, since the Wandering Masters are level-based on what pool of monsters they can pull from, we weren't able to get a Lava Man while Tito was still breeding with an Iceman. We could, I would have had a Gold Golem a lot earlier. I would have kept that guy through the entire thing. Use Big Bang Attack. Yes, the Gold Golem has a Big Bang Attack. But it's been fun, so it's over. Bye!